Welcome to beautiful CHS Field in St. Paul, the home of the St. Paul Saints for State Class 4A baseball on CCX Sports. It's a semifinal matchup. The number 3 seed, Edina Hornets from Section 6 against the Section 5 champion and number 2 seed, the Champlin Park Rebels. I'm Jay Wilcox, and what a difference a day makes weather-wise. We sat through a lot of rain in that quarterfinal round here, but they did get all 4 games in, and actually 3 of the 4 were not very close, including Edina thumping defending champion Cretin-Derham Hall after trailing early. Hornets ended up winning it by a score of 10-3. The only very close game, and boy was it dramatic, Champlin Park holding off Andover. And that guy right there, Donovan Vendel, who's getting the start in game 2, made the defensive play of the game, catching a fly ball in right field in the top of the 7th, and then firing home to his catcher Cal Oakley for the tag on a runner tagging to score what would have been the tying run. And they held off the Huskies rally there after an hour rain delay. The lineup for Edina looks like this. Bodie McConnell, the shortstop, leads it off. Chase Bjorgard in left field. Lincoln Page in center. Jackson McGrath, the first baseman. Caden Kimes catching. Owen Meyer in right field. Chase Nevers at third base. Connor Farrell's the DH, and MJ Huss, the second baseman for the Hornets. Defensive alignment for Champlin Park: Dull, Carlson, Greer, and Oligmuller around the infield. Fino, George, and Berg in the outfield. Cal Oakley, coming back from injury, missed the end part of the section tournament, and I was not really expecting to see him in the starting lineup yesterday, but there he was. And beat out an infield little roller to start the game. He's not 100% for sure, but back there doing his work. Couple strikes on McConnell after he fouls that one away. Vendel pitched 5 innings in the section championship win over Mounds View. Oh boy, look out. Flick that one at his third base coach there. But boy, it sure looked like Champlin Park was at the very least going to be tied up yesterday in the top of the 7th. Andover bases loaded, nobody out, and then coming back after a rain delay. Seemed like they had all the momentum until Vendel's catch and throw out. And it was not hit all that deep, but I still feel like for Andover, it's the play you had to make. You had to try and score that run, make him make a really good throw, and to Vendel's credit, he did. It's a kind of fun thing about high school baseball. Obviously, at real high levels, you're not going to see a guy who's pitching in the semis playing right field probably the day before, but Vendel doing it. Lifted out to left. Hit fairly well down the line, but catchable, and play made there by Fino as after a long battle, McConnell flies to left to open the ball game, and Chase Bjorgard will be the batter. Get a chance to say some of these names for Edina in the winter season with the Hornets hockey team when they come to play a turkey trot every year. Fun to see some of the guys still playing multiple sports. Obviously, in a high-level programs, there's a lot of pressure on to specialize. This one hit pretty well to right, but it's up in the air. And Berg able to camp underneath that one and make the play, and Bjorgard flying out. So a couple of outfield fly balls to begin the game for the Hornets, and Lincoln Page will be the batter now for Edina. High and tight there. Edina making state appearance number 8 in their history. They have been champions a couple of times, spread out over a number of years, 1968 and 1983. They were in the tournament last year as well. Champlin Park making appearance number 6, and they also were here last year, lost in the semis. On one hop to Carlson, his throw across in plenty of time. Page is out. Hornets are retired 1-2-3 by Vendel in the top of the first. No runs, no hits, and no one left as we get set for the first at bat for the Champlin Park Rebels. Both teams similar records. I mean, they haven't been like perfect, blowing everyone away or winning every game, but both very solid seasons, obviously overall. And Rebels getting that number 2 seed. We didn't have a lot of teams with records that were without any blemishes, and that's usually the way it is in 4A baseball. It's not easy to. You're not gonna have the pitching matchup you desire every time out, and they're obviously facing a lot of good teams. Both of these teams do. Lefty Ari Farsht getting the ball, the junior for Edina today, and Cal Oakley is going to get set to lead things off here for Champlin Park. Again, battling that lower leg injury, but able to be back in there. Greer will bat second. He's had some good at-bats down the stretch. Luke Carlson, maybe their best overall player. Reese George in center. Watch for a CCX Spotlight story on Reese George coming up over the weekend. Alex Berg in right field. Christian Dull at third base. Jaden Oligmiller had the key hit yesterday, a 2-run single for Champlin Park that gave them a 3-1 lead. Mac Warren, the DH, hits 8th, and Fino, the left fielder, hitting in the number 9 spot. And then defensively for Tom Nevers and the Hornets, it's Chase Nevers at third, McConnell at short, Huss at second, and McGrath at first base. Bjorgard, Page, and Meyer in the outfield. Caden Kimes catching, as we said. Ari Farsht gets the ball here in the semifinals. Always, I think, very interesting to see how various teams handle, pitching. You can't assume a win in the first round or anything like that. You gotta go after it, and I think Champlin Park feeling pretty confident with the guy they started yesterday, Norby and Bendel. I mean, I think either one of them they feel very good about giving the ball to in a big game. So Oakley getting set to step in. First pitch over for strike. Well, yesterday, obviously, the fielders had to worry about rain. Today, it's more about sun and a little bit of wind to deal with, too. But a little tapper and Farsht off the mound. Oakley not running especially well with that bad wheel there, too, and he is easily thrown out. So 1 gone in the bottom of the first, and Caleb Greer will be the hitter for Champlin Park. This wasn't terribly different from the first ball he hit in the first inning yesterday, except it was right on the line, and it looked like it might go foul, and they briefly waited to see if it would, Andover, and instead he ended up beating it out for an infield hit, but not that time. Caleb Greer takes first pitch up high for a ball. Noticing yesterday, you have a tendency a lot of times when we get into the state tournament that the strike zone not necessarily as big as maybe I think teams are used to or expecting. There saw some frustration with pitchers who thought they had caught some of the plate yesterday, and it's got to be legit. Great opportunity for these teams to play at this park. For me, this is the perfect place for the state tournament. You got target field for the championship round for the teams that are fortunate enough to make it that far. But in terms of size of ballpark and everything, this is pretty ideal, I think, for the state tournament. Nice to have one a little bit, obviously you don't need the capacity of target field. It's great to play there and everything, but rip and a miss. Greer down on strikes, and Farsht gets the first 2 hitters. Luke Carlson will step up here for Champlin Park. Another look, throwing that fastball by him on the outer part of the plate. Just outside with that one, Carlson. Trying to get something started with 2 outs. hitting up around the 400 mark. As I said, good shortstop. Lifting this one out to left field, but pretty much right at Bjorgård. He will make the catch, and both pitchers have solid 1, 2, 3 innings. We've completed one here. Edina nothing and Champlin Park nothing on CCX.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com, because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Welcome back here to CHS Field, and thanks for watching high school baseball, our final telecast of this spring season. Edina and Champlin Park meeting in the semifinals. Jackson McGrath stepping in, pounding it to short, and Carlson up with it. His throw across is in time. One up, one down in the top of the second for the Hornets. It's kind of interesting because you really gear in for that first opponent when you know who, once you find out who you're going to be playing, and both of them had a lot of incentive. Champlin Park, a district rival with Andover, a rematch from last year and everything. And for Edina, facing the defending champion, and certainly kind of one of the baseball elite programs through the years in Cretin-Durham Hall too. So, and both getting it done in different ways. This one hit hard to left. However, it is right at Fino. So good positioning and a little bit of good fortune for both these teams a little bit so far, as some balls hit reasonably well, but right at outfielders. So 2 down here in the second. And Owen Meyer will be the hitter as another lefty in this Edina left-handed heavy lineup. Hornets was kind of interesting. They got 10 run by Wayzata in the opening game of the championship of Section 6 4A, but the Trojans kind of ran out of pitching coming out of the losers bracket, and Edina ended up pulling away to beat them 14-6 then in that section final. Really a good indication of why it's important to stay in the winners bracket. And Champlin Park was able to do that in Section 5, and I think Mounds View probably came in maybe as the favorite, but the Rebels beat them 1-0 in that winners bracket final. That's up the middle for a base hit as Meyer gets the first hit and becomes the first base runner of the game. Bendel, I think, smart to get out of the way of that one. You might have a first thought of maybe trying to, knock it down with your leg, but better to avoid injury and maybe give up a hit here as he hits this one hard right back through the box. So Nevers will bat with Meyer at first and 2 outs here for the Hornets. He is going, swing and a miss. Oakley's throw down and not quite in time. Pretty decent throw, but Meyer got a good jump and he's able to take second. They did not hesitate to run on the first pitch, so Meyer steals his way into scoring position here. See the throw, a little bit to the third base side, but pretty good throw, but not in time. Oakley has to block this one. You got to give a lot of credit to Jaden Oligmuller, the Rebels first baseman, for stepping in to catch in those important section games after Oakley was injured in the first game of sections. Misses outside from Vendel. Hit hard. Carlson tracks it down. Long throw across. So Oligmuller had to come off the bag. Runner thought about it, but Meyer will hold on at third. That'll be an infield hit for Nevers. Really good play just to get to it for Carlson, and then he tried to throw him out. Oligmuller did the right thing. He had to come off the bag anyway, and then didn't quite make a clean grab of that throw anyway, but you can see there's no doubt this is a hit. So runners at first and third now for Connor Farrell, the DH. We'll see if Edina again gets movement going on the bases here. Not on the first pitch anyway. It's way up high from Vendel. So Edina putting together a threat here with 2 outs in the top of the second. See if they can capitalize. Boy, these state tournament games, I mean, it sounds... I'll get this pitch here. Ooh, low and in. It sounds simple, but boy, so many of these state games really become about who capitalizes with runners in scoring position. As you know, you're going to be facing pretty good teams all the way around, especially once you advance as far as the semifinals. It's can you get out of jams as the pitcher or the defense, and can you come through with clutch hits as the offensive team. Now 3-0 to Farrell. That one is over for a strike. Vendel averaging a little over a strikeout an inning on the year, and opponents, I mean, that section final hitting 163 off him. That one fouled. So 3-2, Oligmuller will now play behind that runner at first base. No need to be holding him on the spot. You know Nevers will be taking off on 3-2. Swing and a miss. Oakley applies the tag. Farrell is out, and Vendel gets out of trouble in the second. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left for the Hornets. We go to the bottom of the second inning, still scoreless here in the State 4A semifinals.
Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.
4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Champlin Park in the bottom of the second of this scoreless game in the State 4A semifinals here at CHS Field. Reese George, Alex Berg, Christian Dull will bat for the Rebels. George squaring around. Let's see. Nope, it's going to drift foul. Look like the makings of a pretty good bunt, but a little bit of a ground to the field for drainage purposes and to help that one roll foul. Field took quite a bit of water yesterday, certainly, but well, the element of surprise will be gone now. You wouldn't think George would still be bunting, and he's taking there. It's a ball. Off the end of the bat, dribbles that one toward the Champlin Park dugout. And Farst ahead in the count, 1-2. Ooh, Hornets thought they had one there, but it is ruled just off the plate, 2-2. George fouling this one away down the right side. That one is a ball, so now 3-2. All four higher seeded teams won in the quarterfinal rounds in this class, which doesn't happen always, certainly in baseball. So top seed Farmington and fourth seed Rosemount also winners. They will play right after this. George fouling that one away. And it's inside for ball 4, and George works out a walk. He is the first base runner for Champlin Park. And Alex Berg will be the hitter. Come to first here. Rebels do run a bit. They have a few guys in double figures in steals, or 4 of them at least, and George being one of them. And he is taking off right away. The throw down is in time. McConnell slapping the tag on. Kimes got rid of that one quick. Throw was a little bit high, but I think the quick release was key. And they are able to get George stealing here for the first out. He got a pretty good jump, but you see the ball gets there. It's up around shoulder level, but he's able to slap that tag on. George trying to get to the back of the bag and see if he couldn't get that hand in, but he is ruled out. Lifted foul down that third base side by Berg. Outside with that one, 1-2 now to the Rebels right fielder.
What do you throw Berg first pitch?
Pulled that one foul. After George fouled several away there, the umpire having to run and get a fresh supply of baseballs. That one staying way up high. 2-2 now to Berg. And just fouled on the right field line as Berg turned on that one. Didn't miss the line by too awful much there. That one in on the hands. He fights it off. Both George and Berg getting Farsht to have to work a little bit here, seeing a lot of pitches in the second inning. George did end up walking, but then was caught stealing. Hornet fans groaning there, but it is ball 3, 3-2. I was kind of talking about earlier. It's close, isn't going to get you a strike in the state tournament usually. Knocked down to short. And the throw is low and gets away as McConnell will make the first error of the game, throwing that one low. And Berg is aboard. Seemed to be a relatively routine play, but see, kind of throwing across his body, and a tough one to try and scoop for McGrath. The good news for Edina is they were able to keep Berg at first, though. And Christian Dull will be the hitter. That one in the dirt. Kimes able to block it. That is a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Dull, the third baseman for Champlin Park. And that one will get away as Berg will advance to second on a wild pitch. Kimes trying to range over and get to that one, but got a piece of it, but not enough to smother it. Those are tough when they're right kind of over the hitter's feet. So Champlin Park trying to take advantage of the error and then wild pitch. Get a runner into scoring position with 1 out here for Dull. And that's up high, and it's 3-1. Farsht works from the stretch even with nobody on, and not a particularly quick worker out there. And that is ball 4 as Dull will work out the second walk of the inning for Champlin Park. And Edina is going to have a little conference here. I think this kind of shows you the stakes of the game, that they're coming out and talking about things, it's just first and second, 1 out, but each inning, each run becomes pretty crucial in this type of situation. You definitely often see much shorter leashes in a game like this when a pitcher struggles. So Oleg Mueller stepping in. Bendel was able to work out of a little trouble in the top of the second, and now Farsht trying to do the same here in the bottom. That one is up high for a ball. And that one almost hit Oleg Mueller and will get away for another wild pitch. Both runners move up. Look at this one high and in and just off the glove of catcher there. So now second and third and one out for Oleg Mueller. Infield comes in. That pitch is inside as well. You know, again, even though it's only 0-0, you kind of have the feeling that Farsh may not get a lot more time to settle it down here, depending on what happens. And he'll walk Oleg Mueller, third walk of the inning. So base is loaded up now for Mac Warren, the DH for Champlin Park. Infield back here at double play depth, in at the corners a little bit. Ooh, I'm a little surprised Warren swinging at the first pitch after back-to-back walks. I guess on the other hand, that's a lot of times when you're going to see somebody throwing right down the middle, just trying to make sure they're throwing a strike. And that one low and away, 1-1. And that one is outside. It's 2-1. Not to think negative thoughts here if you're Edina, but I gotta believe if he walks in this run, they probably lift him. Oliver Danielson loosening up. It's hit to second base. They'll get one. The relay not going to be in time though, and Champlin Park will score the first run of the game. A very tough one to try and turn there. And Edina not quite able to do it. They get the force play at second, but Warren aboard on a fielder's choice. And Berg scores for a 1-0 Rebels lead. It's the play you had to make if you're the Hornets, but you knew the odds of getting two there probably were not very good. So Alex Fino will hit with runners at the corners, and now a 1-0 lead for Champlin Park. Misses inside as he spins away from it. And again, low and in, 2-0. The Rebels right now, you'd really love to get at least one more of these runners in. As Dull at third, bring him in somehow and make us at least a 2-run inning. That one is high and away, and it'll go to 3-0, and the top of the order due up next as well for Champlin Park. Boy, after a quick 1-2-3 inning, Farsht struggling in the second, and then wasn't helped by that error as well. There's ball 4. Fino aboard, and they are indeed going to call out to the bullpen here. You hate to do it, but boy, you almost have to in this kind of a spot. He's just really struggling to throw strikes. So Farsht will be lifted here with 2 outs in the second inning. Champlin Park leading at 1-0. A pitching change coming up. We'll be right back here to CHS Field State Baseball on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Sophomore Oliver Danielson called out of the bullpen here for Edina. Steps into a spot with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Cal Oakley, the leadoff hitter, stepping up for Champlin Park. Chance to kind of break this one open a little bit. On the other hand, Danielson, all he wants to do is get one quick out, and then they can kind of regroup. Oakley tapped back to the pitcher his first time up. Well, it's interesting that Farsh ends up being pulled despite not giving up any hits in this game. Trailing 1-0, but Oakley lifting it to right field, but it's going to be playable, and Meyer is there. And Danielson able to get out of the jam. The Rebels do take the lead, but only one run as they get one run, no hits. There was one error for Edina and 3 left on. 2 complete. It's 1-0 Champlin Park.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
We head to inning number 3 here in the State 4A semifinals on CCX. Champlin Park now leading 1-0. MJ Huss stepping in to lead off the third for Edina. The 9-1-2 hitters coming up against Donovan Vendel. Vendel had a 1-2-3 first and then got the first 2 outs of the second, but then back-to-back hits, one of them an infield hit. But he got out of trouble with runners at the corners by striking out Farrell. And that one on the inside corner for a strike. Vendel had to sit through a fairly long inning for his team batting, even though they ended up with just the 1 run. It seemed like kind of dragged on, and I'm sure he was eager to get back out there. To short, Carlson backhanding, bobbled, still firing, but not quite in time, and Huss will be aboard. Well, that one an E6 on Carlson. Was not a routine play, I wouldn't say, but I think one that he would say he should have made. It looked like it came up a little bit on him there. But it will be an error. Ooh, close play there. He almost still got him, but not quite. So McConnell will bat now. He flied to left field his first time up. Hornets ran immediately when they got their first base runner on. And this one lifted to left field as well. Catch made for out number 1. So McConnell back-to-back flyouts to left field, and now Chase Bjorgard will be the batter for the Hornets. Talked about that sun. I think Fino's kind of looking at him. Got the shades on, but sometimes it can still be difficult. But seemed to make that one with no problem. Outside to Bjorgard. He flied to the right fielder his first time up. There's a strike. Outside with that one. And fouled back into the screen. And another foul here. Championship Day Monday at Target Field for all 4 classes. Drilled to center. George coming on will make the catch. Thought about trying to throw to first, but he gets Bjorgard there on a liner to center field for the second out. Lincoln Page will be the batter. The kind of as a hitter, I mean, you're disappointed it didn't drop in, but I don't think he's disappointed with the contact he made on that ball. But those can be a little tricky. George, just a brief hesitation, but then makes the play. Runner is going, and Oakley's throwaway to the second base side. Easily in with a steal there as Huss. Not an easy ball to throw on there either. Edina's looking like they might be able to do some business on the bases here. Easily getting in there. Page, who bounced to short his first time up. Takes a ball there, 2-0. Ooh, that one is way outside. And Huss will advance to third. So tying run to third base with 2 outs now for the Hornets, and the count is 3-0 to the hitter Page. And there's ball 4. So Lincoln Page will work out a walk. First walk given by Bendel, and now Jackson McGrath will bat for the Hornets. Well, with 2 outs, if you could throw the runner out at second, obviously it'd be huge, but it doesn't seem like they've come terribly close to getting anybody who's been running so far, so they may not throw all the way through. If they run, they did not run on the first pitch. And there's a ball, and Oakley wants to talk to Vendel here. Laboring a little bit here in this third inning. RBI opportunity here for the Hornets cleanup hitter McGrath. First and third and 2 outs. That went over for a strike, taking all the way there. Runner is going from first and fouled away. And another foul ball. Back up over to the press box here. Key at bat early in this game. McGrath 2-2 with Vendel. And just gets a piece again, fouling that one away. Runner is going from first, lifted out to right field, fairly deep but playable. And Alex Bird gets underneath that one, so McGrath flies to right with a couple aboard. The Hornets threaten but don't score in the third. No runs, no hits. There was one Champlin Park error and 2 left on. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Rebels holding a 1-0 lead over the Hornets.
Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.
We head to the bottom half of inning number 3 on a sunny day at CHS Field. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters for Champlin Park. Caleb Greer stepping in to lead it off against Oliver Danielson, who came in to get the last out of last inning for the Hornets. Greer struck out against Farsh, the starter for the Hornets. I mean, I guess the bad news for Edina is that they didn't get a lot of innings out of Farsh, but the good news is it is still only 1-0. Greer didn't mean to swing at that one, but fouled it away. So Danielson now charged with kind of keeping it where it's at and giving his team's offense some opportunities to take the lead. Little tapper here. Danielson up with it. Ooh, throw not going to be in time. Greer beats this one out. Seemed like Danielson kind of a little too nonchalant with that one, and then first baseman McGrath I don't think was on the bag anymore by the time he caught it either. And look, he just took a little bit extra time, and then you see he's stepping off as he receives that one. They're going to call that an infield hit though for Greer, and Luke Carlson will be the hitter. Carlson flied to left field his first time up. Runner is going. He got a great jump. Danielson kind of lost track of Greer almost a little bit, and he easily steals second. So both teams being able to run a little bit, although first Rebel attempting to steal was caught. Another look as he pretty much got a walking lead and into that one. Flying into Carlson there. Kimes was trying to go quick with that one and it popped out of his mitt, but Greer really stole that one on the pitcher for sure. And that one missing up high from Danielson. And low it away, and Carlson will draw a walk. So the first 2 hitters reach in the third for Champlin Park, and Reese George will step up. George walked in the second, but then was caught stealing. Squaring around early. Does get the bunt down. Danielson will throw him out at first. George sacrificing the runners over, as Champlin Park often does in these spots. Seeing them a few times down the stretch here, even with some of their better hitters up. At first and second, nobody out, they're going to bunt. So now second and third for Alex Berg. Edina will bring the infield in. Danielson allowed to work from the windup now, though, as that one fouled away by Berg. Berg reached on an error in the second. Got as far, came around to score the only run of the game. Just outside with that one. Greer at third is doing his best to get in the line of sight of Danielson by really creeping down the line, but he's not buying it. He's just looking straight in at his catcher. Lifted out to left field. This should be deep enough to at least try it. Greer is coming home, and the throw a little bit offline, and it'll be a sacrifice fly for Berg. And it's 2-0 Champlin Park, as Caleb Greer able to tag and score. Bjorgard getting underneath this one. There was no doubt it was going to be an out, but deep enough that, boy, this is a tough ask to put this one right on the plate, and he didn't quite do it. Christian Dahl is the hitter now for the Rebels. Breaking ball just missing. Even a perfect throw, there's a chance Greer would have been in there the way it looked on that replay, but that one just a little bit off target. Dahl walked last inning. Big cut here, foul tipped at the plate. And a swing and a miss there. Danielson trying to keep it at 2 here. Dahl would love to sneak one through somewhere and see if they can't get that third run in. Breaking ball, foul down the first base side. And there's a called third strike as Dahl caught looking. Rebels are done in the third. They do, though, get one run on one base hit. No errors, and they leave one. We have played 3 full. Champlin Park 2, Edina nothing here on CCX.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We head to inning number 4 as Donovan Vendel working with a 2-0 lead here for Champlin Park. Caden Kimes, the catcher and number 5 hitter, steps in for Edina. He flied to left field his first time up. Ooh, that one nearly hit him. Kind of a strange game. Not a lot of real hard hit balls, but we've had each shortstop's made an error, some walks. Wild pitches. Hasn't really been a lot of offense, but Rebels have been able to scratch across a couple of runs. One on a fielder's choice, one on a sacrifice fly. And Kimes able to work out a walk here to start the fourth. Second walk given up by Vendel. I think we'll see a courtesy runner for the Hornets. Ari Miller will run. So Meyer will get set to bat here for Edina. He singled in the second inning. And Hornets have been pretty aggressive and successfully so, stealing bases. And way inside, Oakley having to block it. Vendel's pitched reasonably well, but he hasn't, I don't know, I don't feel like it's been the sharpest I've seen him either. Now 2-0, and Oakley may be feeling the same as he will come out and going to be also a little conference mound here as Spencer Robinson coming out to talk with Vendel also. Looks like they might be sending some out toward the bullpen. Umpire out to get things moving. The nice thing is you have a real bullpen and everything, but they did not have guys who were already out there, so I had to send them out. That's the other thing about, it's not like the major leagues where you've got guys who are pretty much strictly relievers. They know they're going to be in the bullpen waiting. Not so in high school. That was outside, and now 3-0. So kind of like earlier with Farsh, you still got a shutout going if you're Vendel, but kind of struggling a little bit here, and you wonder how long of a leash he'll get. And that's back-to-back walks to begin the inning. Meyer aboard for the second time already today. First and second, nobody out for Nevers now for the Hornets. That one is over for a strike. Nevers had a single in the second. And a rip and a miss here.
Hey, Caleb, he's not bunting. 2 to your outside. 2 that way. Okay.
Misses down with that one. 1-2. Hornets, after going 1-2-3 in the first, had a couple of runners in the second, a couple more in the third. Now they have 2 on, nobody out here in the fourth. Nevers tapping it foul. And now 2-2. Rip and a miss, and Bendel gets a big strikeout there. Gets the first out of the fourth by striking out Nevers, and Connor Farrell will be the hitter for the Hornets. Second strikeout of the game for Bendel. He comes with the breaking ball there, and nice location as well. Gets the out. Farrell poking it into center field. It'll be down for a hit. They're going to send the runner to the plate. Throw's coming to third, and not quite in time. And the Hornets are within 2-1. Farrell delivering a single to center field. Boy, it certainly turned out to look like the right play to make, to throw to third rather than try to come home. They almost got Meyer, but not quite. Another look as George having to charge this one. Close play at third, but Meyer able to get in. Umpires, Ryan Tome coming out, and I think he's asking, looked like the ball beat him there. Is there a chance that we got him? And did succeed in getting, but I really highly doubt that an umpire that's not over at third is going to overrule this. Yep, stick with safe. Tanner Wiley loosening out there for Champlin Park. So MJ Huss will hit for the Hornets. They are now within 2-1. Runners at first and third and one out. Edina coming through with its first clutch hit really of the game so far there, with Farrell poking that one into center. There's a strike as Huss reached on an error by Carlson, the shortstop, in the third. Got as far as third base. Takes that one. Let's see, they check. He did not offer. It almost looked like he was squaring the bunt there for a moment. And there's a strike. One and two here to Huss. Fouls that one back. Top of the order will follow here for Edina as they try and tie this one up or even take the lead here. It's 2-1 Champlin Park. Hornets have one on the board here in this inning and still threatening. Way outside. Able to lay off that one, so the count will run full now to Huss. Ball four. So Huss able to work out a walk. They'll be loaded up now for Bodie McConnell. And Ryan Thomas coming out. There's a chance he'll be going to the pen here, I think. Yep. Looks like he's going to call Wiley in. So Vendel will be lifted here with one out in the fourth. Pitching change for Champlin Park. They're clinging to a 2-1 lead, but the Hornets have the bases loaded. We'll be right back to CHS Field.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back. Tanner Wiley coming in. He pitched 1 inning in the quarterfinal win over Andover in relief. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bodie McConnell, the hitter, and I'm a little surprised. Champlin Park has got the infield not only in, but way in. Fouled away by McConnell. I mean, yeah, you want to keep that run from scoring, but wow, they have really squeezed it down tight. And McConnell makes him pay, driving that one into right field. 2 runs will score on the play. Oligmuller cuts it off, throws to third. And McConnell coming through with a huge hit there, and the Hornets will surge into the lead. Not to say for sure that they would have been able to get him if they were back at normal depth, but that foiled that strategy right there as he easily drives this one through the drawn-in infield. Kind of key, too, that the runner Huss able to get all the way over to third. So Bjorgard will be the batter now for the Hornets. Edina leading for the first time as they have put 3 on the board here in this 4th inning and still threatening to add more. Just 1 out, runners at the corners. Throw over to first. Runner is going from first, and they will concede that one. Now the infield will come in for Champlin Park again. No longer a double play in order with that steal. There's a strike. Bjorgard is fly to right and fly to center. When I guess the last one was kind of more of a liner to center. Still a rule of a fly out, I suppose, but there's another strike. Down low, and Oakley has to block that one. And way high and away, so the count will run full now to Bjorgard. Big inning so far for Edina, and they are looking to add more. Lifted out to left field down the line. It is caught in fair territory, but a run will score. So sacrifice fly for Bjorgard. And now 4-2 Hornets. Boy, Huss getting around from first to third on that previous hit turns into a very big play as that sacrifice fly able to bring him in. Fino catching it in fair territory, so he obviously had no choice but to make that play. I'm sure he would have caught it in foul ground anyway, but deep enough to score that run. And Lincoln Page will be the hitter. Page walked last time around. Hits it down the third base line, but foul. And way outside as Oakley has to slide over to block that one. Even though it's not super high scoring game, it's just, as I talked about earlier, it's just not felt especially sharp for the pitching for either team today. And this one will be lined into right field, might score another run. They're sending him, and this should easily score that run and will. Page coming through with an RBI single. McConnell around, and it's 5-2 Hornets. Jackson McGrath will bat as Edina keeps on coming here in this fourth inning. He had some earlier threats that they weren't able to finalize, but this time doing the job. McConnell slapping that 2-run single and a sac fly down the left field line, then Page stroking a single to right there. Runner is going, throw down, not going to be in time as Page easily takes second. McGrath has bounced to short and flied to right. He is 0 for 2, but the way they've been hitting in this inning, he's looking like a threat to keep things going. Wiley missing again here. First 4 runs charged to the starter Vendel, and then McConnell's run already charged to Wiley here has given up 2 hits to the first 3 hitters he's faced. And outside with that one, and McGrath will draw a walk. The Hornets batted around here in the 4th inning. Kimes will step up. Kimes had a walk to start this inning, which started all of the rally here for the Hornets, as they have put 5 on the board here in this 4th inning, and they are not done yet. Way outside with that one. There's a strike. Smack to third. And nice play there on a little bit of a short hop as Dull able to get it done. But the Hornets come up with a big inning as they put 5 on the board in the 4th. It's now Edina 5 and Champlin Park 2 as we go to the bottom of the 4th.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Go to the bottom of the 4th. Champlin Park now trailing at 5-2 as Jaden Oligmuller steps in. The 7-8-9 hitters coming up against the second pitcher of the game for Edina, Oliver Danielson. And Oligmuller delivering a base hit to right center field. They'll make the turn, but they're able to get to that and cut it off. Keep him at 1. Oligmuller had a walk his first time and delivers a single here to begin the 4th. And Warren will bat now for Champlin Park. Mentioned earlier, it just didn't seem like the pitching has been super sharp either way. So Champlin Park, they've had some threats going too, and there's certainly the possibility of them scoring some more runs the way it seems. Danielson gets that one over for a strike. Warren drove in the first run of the game, hitting into a force play that scored a run in the second. Hornets tried to double him up, but couldn't do it. It wasn't really a ball that gave them much of an opportunity for that. Hit a little bit away from the second baseman. He's able to get it. Here's the throw over, and Oligmuller back in. To third. Oh, a nice backhand play. They will get the force at second, and that's all. Boy, Nevers, that was a little bit of a look what I found, I think, as his head turned quick and he made the play. It was a nice hands on that one to get the force. And one gone here in the 4th. The ball hit solidly at him. And good job to not, try to get greedy and go for the double play there. Now the throw down to second, and that one will get through into center, but Warren not going to be able to advance. He didn't really take off immediately on that one as it popped out of Himes' glove, and they elected to try and throw him out, but didn't quite work out. So Warren into second base now for Fino. There's a strike. Looks like the Rebels are going to run for Oligmuller here as Austin Mueller will come out. Tip there. Fino drew a walk in the second inning. Up the middle, flag down. Oh, what a beautiful play by McConnell right there. Able to come up throwing and get Fino at first base. That was not an easy play at all for the shortstop. right up the middle, just to the left of the bag there. And then makes a very strong throw as well. Ends up getting him fairly easily there. That was dynamite. Now Cal Oakley will hit for the Rebels with a runner at third and 2 outs. Oakley tap back to the pitcher and fly to right field. He is 0 for 2. Lifting it out to center field, and that one is going to be down for a hit. A run scores, and Oakley will dig into second base with a double. As that one carried a little deeper than I was expecting there. I thought off the bat that maybe Page was going to be at least, able to think about making a play on that one, but it turned out to be well over his head. And the Rebels get a run. Pull within 5-3 as Oakley delivering a solid hit to the gap in left center. Ball bobbed a little bit out there, but there's where Oakley's injury, I'm sure, took away any possibility of him going for third, as you see Mueller scoring on the play. And Preston Nelson is going to come out to run for Oakley. Courtesy runner situation. And Caleb Greer will be the batter. So this could turn out to be a big run for Champlin Park. He pulled it within 2 now. And first run that they've gotten really on a solid base hit, too. Got to feel good about seeing that ball driven out there. Greer, and that one's going to be past the third baseman. Not able to get this one. Another run scores. And Greer digging into second. Back-to-back doubles for Champlin Park. Here come the Rebels. They're back to within a run now at 5-4. Hard bouncer down that third base line. Evers made a big play earlier in the inning. That one he couldn't quite get to. Goes by him, and then with 2 outs, obviously you're going to score pretty easily on that one. Nelson runs well. He's used as a pinch runner. And so Luke Carlson will be the hitter for Champlin Park, tying run at second. Carlson bouncing one the other way, and that one's going to get through. They will send Greer around. Here comes the throw. Not in time. We're even at 5. Wow. Champlin Park erupting just as Edina did in the top of the inning. And they jump all over Danielson here, and 3 on the board. They have tied it up at 5-5 as Carlson comes through with a single. Another look at this one. He didn't kill it, but he put it in a good spot. I thought they might have a play on this one here. With 2 outs, they're sending Greer all the way, and not badly done defensively, but just not in time. And Greer able to score to tie it up as Reese George will get set to bat. First, Edina's having a little conference. Does not look like they intend to remove Danielson here. At least not an early indication of that. That last ball, I mean, it's a good base hit, but if you're watching your pitcher, you're not worried that he's getting tagged around too hard on that one. It was just well placed by Carlson. The previous couple were pretty good hits, especially Oakley's. Obviously drove that one a long way. So George will hit. He had a walk his first time up and then laid down a sacrifice bunt in the third. Following that one straight back. Well, things have really picked up here offensively. 5 runs for the Hornets in the top of the 4th, and 3 so far for Champlin Park in the bottom have evened things up. Breaking ball over for a strike. That's kind of Danielson's bread and butter right there, that curveball. Starts at a right-hand hitter and then breaking over the plate. Ooh, back up the middle. Danielson able to knock that one down, and you'll get the out despite a pretty hard hit ball. But it's a productive inning for Champlin Park as they tie it up with 3 runs on 3 base hits. They leave 1. We've completed 4, and even again now, Edina 5 and Champlin Park 5.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Well, we are all tied up. Line score all even all the way across. 5-5-1 for Edina, 5-5-1 for Champlin Park. Owen Meyer leading off inning number 5 here for the Hornets, who scored all 5 of their runs last inning. Meyer has been a tough out so far, a single and a walk. So a kind of new life here for Wiley after Vendel kind of left him a messy inning to come into. He gave up a couple of hits that helped Edina grab the lead, but now his offense has tied it up. And 4 straight out of the strike zone, and Meyer will draw a walk. Walks were certainly a big part of that 4th inning for the Hornets. Champlin Park. Those are the kind of, you just, I mean, it almost feels worse than if the other team just comes through and hits the ball against you. If you're giving him walks to mix in, then some clutch hits followed. Slow walk out here for Ryan Tome. See if they are possibly going to be going to the bullpen right away or going to give Wiley a little more leeway here. Nope, Wiley is going to be lifted. And they're going to call out to the bullpen here. It looks like it'll be Henshin getting set to come in. So another pitching change here at CHS Field. We are tied up 5-5 here in the top of the 5th, Edina and Champlin Park.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Josh Henshin coming on. Chase Nevers the batter. Squaring. He takes it for a ball. Throw it on to first as Meyer back in. So runner at first. Nobody out for Edina here in the top of the 5th. They scored 5 last inning to grab a 5-2 lead, only to see Champlin Park come back with 3 of their own on the bottom of the frame to tie it up. But Edina trying to get something going again here this next inning. That one is a strike. I don't know that Nevers actually that they intend to have him bunt here. I think that might be to get the defense moving and thinking a little bit, but we'll see. Throw to first. Ooh, and Oldmiller had to block that one. Henshin came on to get those last 3 outs in the dramatic quarterfinal win over Andover, including a strikeout to end it after the double play on a fly ball. This has been kind of one of those games. I don't know that any of the 4 pitchers that have pitched probably feel real good about their outing today. It just seemed like it's always been a struggle. Interesting there, Nevers was squaring around. He's got 2 strikes on him. It seems highly unlikely he'll actually be bunting, but you never know. Well, I am wrong. He does drop down a bunt. Oakley will throw to first, so he does get to sacrifice. Wow. Get some confidence in his ability to get a bunt down with 2 strikes, and he does exactly that, moves the runner up. And Connor Farrell will be the hitter for Edina. Good job just making sure that ball's fair. Yeah, it'd be great if you could beat it out, but the whole job there is to get that runner over, and he did it. Foul backing out of play here. Farrell, after striking out his first time up, hit an RBI single in that last inning in the 4th, that 5-run inning for the Hornets. Little tapper here. Oligmuller will come up with it. He'll make the play to first. That moves the runner over. And Huss will bat now for Edina with 2 outs and a runner at third. It was kind of one of those in-between ones where I think for just a split second, Oligmuller was thinking he might have to make a tag on the runner, but then realized he was going to be able to get to the bag in time. Then you don't risk having the ball knocked out of your hand. Huss reached on an error in the 3rd and walked and scored last time around. Hornets have the go-ahead run at 3rd, but 2 outs. Henshin missing away with that one. Oakley kind of telling him settle down here. There's a strike. And driven out to right field. That's going to be down for a hit, and Edina retakes the lead 6-5. Bob bobbled briefly. Throw coming into second. Not going to be in time. And Huss will have a double to score the go-ahead run, 6-5 Hornets. Driving this ball out to right center field. He just briefly dropped by Berg. Be interesting to see if they tack that on as an error or just call it a straight double. I think it's going to be just a double. And so McConnell will hit. Starting to feel like we might see double digits required to win this game. And there's a tapper back to the pitcher, though, and McConnell is out 1-3. But the Hornets grab the lead back as they get 1 run in the inning and then 1 key base hit. And there's 1 left aboard. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning now, 6-5 Edina.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Offense is really picking up as this game goes on. 6-5 lead for Edina. And the first batter in the bottom of the fifth, Alex Berg, bouncing to the first baseman. One gone here in the fifth, and Christian Dull will be the batter. As Oliver Danielson, I mentioned a moment ago that I felt like all the pitchers who pitch maybe don't feel that good, but Danielson's kind of settled into a little bit of a groove. I mean, they did tie it up against him that last inning, but another look at that one. That's here's where all the pitchers right now too. You got to have a short memory. It's just going forward. What happens, not what happened last inning or whatever. Dull knocking it to second. A little bit of a stumble, but Haas able to recover and make the play. And 2 quick outs to begin the fifth. Oligmuller will be the hitter. Danielson, just a sophomore, trusted with the ball in the state semifinal. And again, had that kind of tough fourth inning, but ball missing there. Oligmuller's been on twice, a walk and a single. That one is a strike. Inside part of the plate, even though it got away from Kimes. Obviously, you're not calling it based on whether the catcher caught it or not, and ruled a strike. That one nearly seems flat, but a little bit lower, so it's taken as a ball here. And fouled away. Two, and there's a called third strike. Danielson's fired up. 1, 2, 3, fifth, which has been pretty rare in this one. We've completed 5. It's 6-5 Hornets in the state 4A semifinals.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We had the inning number 6 here in a game that the offenses have kind of taken over here, although Rebels did go out 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the fifth. It'll be Bjorgard, Page, and McGrath, 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for Edina to start the sixth against Josh Henshin, the third Champlin Park pitcher of the game. Bjorgard had a sacrifice fly last time around in the fourth, that big 5-run fourth inning for Edina. Drills this one to left center, and that'll be down for a hit, probably extra bases. George circling around it, but easily in with a double. There is Bjorgard to begin the sixth. Edina's had some well-hit balls these last few innings, and that was another of them right there. George circling around, getting to it, but no chance to keep Bjorgard from taking second there, and now Page will be the batter for the Hornets as they try and add to this 6-5 lead. Ooh, and it's hit hard to third. Dull with a great stop, and now they've got a chance to get Bjorgard as Greer running him. The throw to third is in time. Now there'll be a play at second. And nope, not able to get him. So Page will reach on a fielder's choice, but they get Bjorgard. What a heck of a play there by Dull. And they eventually get the tag out. Hard to fault the runner on a play like that, though, right? I mean, that was just a nice play defensively. I guess you could say he should have been more cautious, make sure it got through. But so Jackson McGrath will be the hitter. Much as great backhand stop, and then they've got him caught a little bit. A little flip. Made an effort to get in there, but the tag just slapped on. McGrath had a walk last time up. Key, though, for Edina, though, that he at least stayed in the rundown long enough to get Page advancing to second. Ooh, just missed with that one. Carlson was cutting in behind the runner. I don't think Henshin realized that they wanted him to throw to second there, or at least not pitch. And this one will be knocked through the right side for a hit. They'll send the runner to the plate. Here comes the throw. Oakley has to come out to meet it. And it is 7-5 Hornets as McGrath delivering an RBI single. And Page around to score. Also able to advance to second as they threw that one over the cutoff and all the way to the plate. So runner at second base with one out, 7-5 Hornets, and Kimes will be the batter. I know you're thinking, we're going to try and throw this guy out, but there's a case where you want to hit the cutoff, or at least make it look like there's a possibility he's going to cut it off and keep that runner at first base. But then again, you're really wanting to try and throw that runner out at the plate, and that's an awful long way to throw the ball on a low enough trajectory that could plausibly be cut off. There's a strike. Kimes has had a walk and a fly to left and a bouncer to third. One outside with that one. Hornets have gone out 1-2-3 only once back in the first inning. Time granted there is a long time in the stretch for Henshin, and Kimes asking for time. Yeah, a couple of those innings, second and third inning, Edina didn't score, but they put runners on, and you just had the feeling that they were maybe close to breaking out a little bit, and then they did exactly that in the fifth, putting up 5. They added one in the fourth. They added one in the fifth, and so far one here in the sixth. And strikeout recorded there for Henshin as he gets Kimes for out number 2. And Meyer will be the batter. Another look at that one. Good location on that. It would have been tough to do a lot with that one either anyway. Lifted foul and out of play down the third base side. Meyer has not been retired yet. A single and a pair of walks. And lifting another one out of play foul there. Champlin Park looking ahead to the bottom of the inning. We'll have the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up. A couple more at bats for them to try and make up this deficit. And that's, if they keep it where it's at. Oof, that one just a bit high, way over the top, and easily advancing to third. There is McGrath. Cut and a miss, and Meyer out on strikes. Edina, though, does add to the lead as they get 1 run on 1 hit and 1 left aboard. As we go to the bottom of 6, it's 7-5 Hornets.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Mac Warren will step up here for Champlin Park. A couple more innings for the Rebels to try and catch the Hornets here, trailing now 7-5. Warren has reached on fielder's choices both of his first 2 at-bats, drove in a run in the second and scored a run in the fourth. Takes that one for a ball. Outside, but that one is Danielson, who's done a pretty solid job since coming in, and we mentioned the sophomore. Again, it hasn't been all smooth sailing by any stretch. He's had that 3-run 4th inning. Warren will be aboard here to begin the 6th. I think we're going to see a pinch hitter here as Dylan McNamara will bat in the number 9 slot here. Batting for Fino in the 9 hole here for the Rebels as they get the leadoff man aboard here in the 6th. Missing outside. And a high chopper. That one is going to be through the left side and into left field for a hit. So McNamara coming through with the single. And the first 2 are aboard here in the 6th inning, and this one is far from over. And Edina looks like they may be going to be making a pitching change. They are. Slap on the back, though, for Danielson, who came in and did a solid job. The look just hit this one in a good spot. McConnell, no chance to get to that one. Edina didn't have anybody in the bullpen, which leads me to believe that's going to be somebody who is playing in the field that's coming to pitch here. I don't know that we've definitively made that known yet, though, who's getting the ball. Looks like it is going to be Lincoln Page who will be coming on to pitch, and Quentin Adams moving into the outfield here. So a pitching change for the Hornets. We'll come back with more baseball here from CHS Field. It's 7-5 Edina, but Champlin Park threatening in the 6th.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Lincoln Page coming in to pitch here for Edina. Cal Oakley will be the hitter. Runners at first and second. And by the way, some notes on the bases there too. Cash Miller is running at second now for Champlin Park. And then Fino came in re-entering in after McNamara singled in his spot in the order there. So Fino at first. And then for Edina, they did move Quentin Adams into right field, and sliding Meyer over from right to center as Page comes in from center field to pitch. There's Adams out there. So Oakley, who stroked a double to left center field last time up. Good opportunity here, and he will lift one to left field. A long run. They're not going to get it. 2 runs will score on the play as Oakley comes through again. The back-to-back doubles, this time a 2-run double, and we are tied at 7-7. Well, it didn't take long for him to greet Page with a well-hit ball. Just kept carrying. Beauregard hustling after it, and a good read too by the trail runner Fino. He never hesitated. He was scored easily. So Greer will hit. Preston Nelson in to run again for Oakley at second, and still nobody out. Page's pitch outside for a ball. Greer had an RBI double in the 4th after singling in the 3rd, so he's 2 for 3. Boy, Champlin Park, you go from like being excited to tie it to now thinking, man, we've got a good chance to go ahead here. Nobody out, runner at second, and they've got the 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up. Game has flipped back in a hurry. That one is a strike. Fouling that one straight back by Oakley, the player I didn't necessarily expect to see in the state tournament after much in that section final where he was in a walking boot. 2 clutch doubles here in this game to score a total of 3 runs, 1 in the 4th and then 2 here in the 6th. Yeah, Nelson runs well out there at second, primarily used as a pinch runner. And here's a liner. Oh no, it's caught and it'll turn into a double play. Huss reaching over and makes the grab, and Nelson caught in no man's land there as he was thinking he was going to score the go-ahead run if that ball gets through, and instead turns into a double play. Right there, Nelson's going, uh-oh, they have no chance now. Nice play defensively. So Carlson will be the hitter. Boy, the inning, complexion of the inning changes in a very big way right there as they get 2 outs on the play. Carlson had an RBI single in the 4th, walked in the 3rd. Takes that one for a ball. Two-one count here to the Rebels shortstop. And now ball 3. Lifting this one to right field. Again, that's Adams, who just came into the game, but he gets back to it, makes the catch. So Champlin Park ties it up on the 2-run double by Oakley. 2 runs in the inning on 2 base hits, but a big double play helps Edina get out of it. We are tied at 7-7, heading to inning number 7.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
A little bit of offense sprinkled pretty much throughout every inning, just about in this game. 7-7 after 6 innings here. Winner goes to the state championship. The loser will have to come back later this afternoon and play in the 3rd place game. 7, 8, 9 hitters for Edina. That means Nevers leading off, and he fouls it away. Had a single, a strikeout, and then last time had a well-done 2-strike sacrifice bunt. Henson still on the mound here for Champlin Park. And you're kind of thinking next run wins, but boy, you wouldn't, if Edina gets one, you still wouldn't count Champlin Park out from answering. That's kind of the way these last few innings have been. Well, that double play was huge, though, for Edina. It sure looked like Champlin Park had a pretty good possibility of grabbing the lead back after that 2-run double by Oakley tied it, but then Greer lining and the great catch by the second baseman, and then he easily doubled Nelson off second. Two count here to Nevers. And Oakley was ready to throw it around the horn. They thought that was a strike, and umpire did not agree. 3-2. And that is a swing as they appeal to first, and Nevers unable to check his swing, and there's 1 out here in the 7th. And Adams will be batting here in the number 8 spot. Another look at it there. You know, the previous pitch was so close that you're kind of thinking maybe you don't give the hitter the benefit of the doubt twice in a row there. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's not supposed to enter into it, but Adams takes a strike. And strike 2. Henson trying to mow him down and see if he can't get his team an opportunity to try and win it in the bottom half. Cut and a miss. Oakley will have to throw it down first, and back-to-back Ks to begin the 7th here for Henschen. And Huss will bat for Edina. Another look as a sharp breaking ball got him to chase. It's in the dirt. Well done by Oakley here, and of course he gets way out so that doesn't have to throw the ball over the runner going to first. Big RBI double in the 5th inning for Huss. He's also reached on an error and walked, so 1 for 2. Tapper foul down third base way. And a liner, that's a fair ball over Oligmuller. Huss will hold up at first with a single. It's well done to get there, cut that ball off, but Huss winning the battle there as he shoots that one just over Oligmuller's reach. And McConnell will be the hitter for Edina. Good job to get to that ball right down the line. See the stands jut out there. You can sometimes have a bad carom, but they were able to keep that one and keep him to a single. McConnell, the hitter, he had a 2-run single in the 4th. He's 1 for 4, and that one is a strike. Henschen seemed to be sailing along, a couple of strikeouts in a row to begin the 7th, and then that line single by Huss. Huss, the potential go-ahead run on at first with 2 outs. He is going. Oakley's throw down, not going to be in time. Boy, that's been a weapon for Edina today. They have run kind of at will here against the Rebels, and into scoring position with 2 outs now is Huss. I wouldn't say it was a great jump, but still makes it easily. Pounded to second. Nice big hop for Greer, and he will throw him out. McConnell running hard. Need that one a little bit close, but Hornets threaten but don't score in the top of the 7th. No runs, 1 hit and 1 left. We go to the bottom of 7. We are even up, 7 runs apiece. The winner goes to the state championship.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
The young Rebels fans putting on the rally caps here as they try and see if they can't win it here in the bottom of the 7th. George, Berg, and Dull will hit. 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up, facing Lincoln Page, who came on in relief for the Hornets. There's a strike. George, a walk, a sacrifice, and was thrown out. The pitcher, so 0 for 1 officially, and now an 0-2 count as Page bends his knees with that breaking ball. Up and in with that one. Driving this one out to center field, but it's up in the air enough and playable for Meyer. So one gone here in the 7th as George hits it a long way but got under it a bit. And Bird will be the hitter. Rip and a miss. Berg reached on an error and scored in the 2nd, then had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. And he lifts this ball up to short left field. Sun could be a little tricky, but playable and caught by Bjorgard. 2 gone. Christian Dahl will be the hitter. Both these teams try thinking, well, the offense was coming easy for a little while there, but now the pitcher's battling back and doing a little bit of better work here so far, at least in the 7th. Not sure where that one was. Dahl had a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out. Fouls this one back. Off the outside part of the plate there, 2-1. And now 3 balls and a strike to the Rebels' 3rd baseman. That is ball 4. So Dahl drawing a 2-out walk. Oleg Mueller will be the batter. Big swing and a miss. Oleg Mueller 1 for 2 today, struck out last time up. Takes it up high. Well, if you're the Rebels, you'd love to get that guy to second to, potentially drive him in with a single, but you also don't want to get too greedy and get thrown out stealing. Does not look like they intend to try that. Oleg Mueller fouling this one away. High with that one, 2-2. I'm sorry, 3-2, yep. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to Oleg Mueller. Fouled away. They're playing behind the runner course here, so with 3-2, Dahl can get started, which could turn out to be big. I mean, if there's one hit to the gap, you get a pretty big head start. And instead it'll be ball 4, and Oleg Mueller drawing a walk. So Page seemed to be sailing through the inning, getting the first 2 outs on fly balls, but now back-to-back walks. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Champlin Park here as CT Georgopoulos will bat. Hasn't batted as much as some of the regular starters, but he's got a decent number of at bats and hitting over 400. So not a bad spot to be throwing him in here, give him an RBI opportunity here. Potential winning run at second and also a runner at first, which really doesn't matter much, but 2 outs. Lifts it foul down the left field line. And fouling another one down that side. Might have chased that one a little bit, but never really fault somebody protecting in that spot either. And lifting it down the left field line. It's foul, but it'll get down safely, so he's still alive up there. Another 0-2 pitch upcoming. Runners at first and second, but 2 outs for Champlin Park here in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 7-7 tie. And a little flare to center, left center, but it's caught there by the left fielder Bjorgard. And Georgopoulos will fly out here, and we will go extra innings. Champlin Park in the 7th, no runs, no hits. They left 2. And after 7 complete, it is Edina 7 and Champlin Park 7 here in the semifinals.
For 90 years, Connection has been at the heart of everything they do at Topline Financial Credit Union. Their team is passionate about connecting with you to help you reach your financial dreams. For some, they're here for your first, like your first checking account, first car, or first home. For others, they're here for those next steps, whether it's remodeling your home, saving for retirement, or starting a small business. Become a Topline member and let them be a part of your big moments. Visit toplinecu.com because connected, we all do better. Federally insured with the NCUA, Equal Opportunity Lender.
We head to inning number 8 here with a spot in the state championship on the line. As both teams get a runner, or in Champlin Park's case, 2 runners in the 7th, but unable to push the go-ahead run across. Bjorgard will hit leading off the 8th here for Edina. Takes the first pitch strike from Henshin. Bjorgard at a double in the 6th after hitting a sacrifice fly in the 4th. That is a fair ball and well done by Oleg Mueller, and a little bit of a tricky one. And Bjorgard retired to begin the 8th. And the pitcher, Page, will be the batter now for Edina. Henshin's come in and done good work here for the Rebels. Page 1 for 3 today. Swing and a miss here. And that'll be a strike as well. That went high and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to the Hornets pitcher and number 3 hitter, Page. And now 3-2. And it's ball 4, so Page will work out a walk. Jackson McGrath will be the hitter. McGrath 1 for 3 today. He drove in a run with a single in the 6th. Again, they've been able to steal bases pretty regularly. It'd be interesting to see now if that will continue right here. He is going, and pitch fouled away. Throw over. I was just thinking, ooh, Oleg Miller having to really reach for that one. I was just thinking, if you're Champlin Park, you kind of want to change things up a little bit to see if you can't slow that running game down. If, you know, throwing over or holding the ball a little bit longer, changing how many times you look over, whatever the case. Pitch inside there. Is going. Here's the throw down by Oakley. This time he's got him. And a good ball to throw on and put that one right on the money. And they get their first caught stealing of the day. And big time for it here in the top of the 8th. So now nobody on, 2 outs for Edina. Hard to argue with going here, though, if you're the Hornets, the way you've been running all day. But that time a strike. And Carlson applying the tag. Outside with that one. Tapper foul, so the count will run full here. Lifted out to left field, but it's going to be playable and catch made. So the Hornets do get a runner, but then he's caught stealing. So no runs, no hits, and no one left on. We go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. We are tied up 7-7 with the winner headed to the state final.
Thank you to our supporting sponsor, Scott's Lawn Care, serving homes and businesses of their neighbors in the Twin Cities West Metro area. Scott's Lawn Care team offers services ranking from weekly maintenance to complete redesign. Also, Scott's Lawn Care offers snow plowing services for the smallest residential lots to large commercial projects as well. Thank you, Scott's Lawn Care, for being a supporting sponsor of CCX Media.
Been a wild one here at CHS Field. We head to the bottom half of inning number 8, still tied up at 7. Champlin Park with the 9, 1, and 2 spots coming up. Alex Fino leading it off. It is Lincoln Page still out there on the hill for Edina here as we go to this 8th inning. There's a strike. Last inning, he got the first 2 hitters on flyouts, then walked 2 in a row, but then got a fly to left to get out of it. Fino, a rip and a miss. And swing and a miss, and he goes down on strikes to begin the 8th. Cal Oakley will be the hitter. Working up in the zone there, got him to swing and miss. Oakley probably would be right near the top of stars of the game today for sure. Back-to-back doubles his last 2 times up. Drove in a run in the 4th and drove in a pair in the 6th inning to tie it up. And we're down 7-5. Skies this one out to center field. Whew, that is a long way up. They stay with it though, and Meyer makes the catch for out number 2, and Caleb Greer will be the batter now for Champlin Park. I'm sure both these teams thinking, boy, for a while there we could seemingly score at will, and now when we really need one late, not able to push anything across. Greer is 2 for 4, and actually one of his best hit balls was one that turned into that double play, the line out to the second baseman, and Nelson caught off the base, hits it well to right field. Adams drifting back and stays right with it and makes the catch. And so now we've completed 8. Rebels go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 8th. Heading to inning number 9, it's still 7-7, the Hornets and the Rebels.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
We go to the 9th. Caden Kime stepping in to lead it off for Edina. Josh Henshin still on the hill, and understandably so. He's pitched well here for the Rebels. Has a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Kime's 0 for 3 with a walk. And he drives this one out to right center. Long run. They can't get there, and it bounces out to the fence. He may get 3 out of this. Kimes digging, and he is going to be in with a stand-up triple to begin the 9th. Driving the ball a long way out there. Berg maybe making a gamble he shouldn't have, trying to dive for that one. Ari Miller will run at third. Another look as it's just a long chase to get it. He wasn't far from reaching that one. I don't know how much different this would have turned out anyway. I mean, maybe a double instead of a triple possibly, but can't fault the effort, that's for sure. So, runner at third with nobody out for Meyer. Infield, of course, coming in here for the Rebels. As I mentioned earlier, they play their infield in like it's really in, even more so than many teams. taken for a ball, you're pretty much saying we're not, daring them to try and squeeze him in here, although a great bunt could be still doable. Of course, the thing being, when you're the team in the top of the inning, one doesn't end the game. You may need more. So kind of changes the strategy a little bit compared to if you're the home team batting in the bottom. Obviously, just getting this run in is job one. Worry about the bottom of the inning later, but Meyer slicing it foul. This is a spot where even just a nice fly ball would be perfectly acceptable if you're the Hornets. Does lift it to short left field. Runner not gonna chance it on that one, as it just was not hit deep enough. Fino getting under it, so one gone here in the ninth. And Nevers will be the batter now. The last time he was up, or not the last time, but the previous time to that, they call on him to bunt with 2 strikes, which tells me they feel pretty good about his possibility of getting the ball down. It's something to think about here. Not impossible that they would attempt that, because obviously it's not a force out either. You'd have to make a tag play as well. Swinging away and taps it foul. It has to be a strange feeling when you're the hitter and you see the infielder is as close to the plate as they are. That's a strike. Thing is, you view it as a good opportunity, though, to punch a ball through there as well. Oh-2 pitch coming from Henshin. Outside with that one. Ooh, that's a called third strike, as Nevers caught looking huge out there for Henshin. And Adams will be the batter for Edina. Oakley asking for time here as we get another look at this last one. Nevers thought it was off the plate, but it has generally not been a huge zone today. I wouldn't say that, pitchers probably have had a few more times where they thought it could have been a strike rather than the other way around, but well, this changes things. Obviously, the Rebels can now move the defense back, just play for an out, see if they can't wiggle out of this and give their offense a chance to win it in the bottom. Ooh, in the dirt there, boy, if that one gets away. One pitch coming to Adams. And tapper foul. Oakley has to range out again to make another stop. 2-2. rip and a miss, and Henshin gets the strikeout to escape a huge jam. Leadoff triple goes for naught for Edina. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left aboard. To the bottom of the 9th we go, still even up at 7 apiece.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Champlin Park and Edina still locked up in a 7-7 battle here in the State 4A semifinals. Luke Carlson leading it off for Champlin Park. And Carlson will start the inning with a hit. Adams over to cut it off, but a line single for Carlson, his second hit of the day. And a good start to the inning for the Rebels. Page still out there for Edina on the mound. Reese George now the batter. He did have a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd, and certainly a possibility that he'll be asked to do so again here, I would think. Yeah. First pitch taking. And he lifts it out to right. Adams gets a beat on it though and makes the catch, so they elect not to bunt with George, and he flies to right for the first out, and Alex Berg will be the hitter. Berg fouling it away on the first pitch. After all that flurry of runs in the middle innings, and now finding it going tough to score here late. Fouling that one back. Berg and checking his swing there a little bit, but another foul ball. And yet another driven out of play. Hits it hard, diving play to knock it down. The throw to first is in time. They just get Berg. Carlson does advance, but what a play defensively there by Huss. For a split second, I thought the best he was going to be able to do was just knock it down and not have a play, but he still able to get the out at first, and now Christian Dull will hit. Really good play as it skidded away from him briefly, and then the whole debate about how is it faster to just run through the bag or not, but Berg electing to dive. Here's Dull now fouling it away. Dull 0 for 2 with a couple of walks in today's game. Potential winning run at second base, but now 2 outs. Ripped Up and a miss. Page looking to get out of it. Taken for a ball. And lifts this one foul. Boy, these at-bats are just nerve-wracking. Guys putting the ball, bat on the ball, fouling him away, fighting him off. Their 1-2 pitch. Hits it hard. Oh, and it gets away. They're going to send the runner. Here's a chance to win it for the Rebels, and they do so. Carlson diving in, and Champlin Park will win it 8-7 in 9 innings. Been a well-played game defensively, but that one kind of getting away. Will be scored as an error there on McGrath. And of course, with 2 outs, Carlson could be running all the way, and there was no hesitation to send him. That's the play you got to make. And Champlin Park will win it 8-7 in 9 innings. Another look at this one. Not an easy play, certainly, as it came up on McGrath a little bit, and then when it's tracked down, he actually did a pretty good job of getting to that one quick. It was just Carlson that got a good jump, and the way the game's gone, there's no hesitation. You're going to send them. You're going to try and make them make a play, and Champlin Park will end up winning it on that play right there, 8-7. Carlson in as Dull put the ball in play, and an error committed, fortunately for the Hornets, so they will now have to play in the 3rd place game, and for the 2nd time in school history, Champlin Park will be headed to the state championship game on Monday at Target Field. They'll await the winner of the game where the teams are coming out to warm up now, Farmington and Rosemount. Wow, hope you've enjoyed this one. What a great ball game, a great way to end our season of coverage too on CCX Sports. Congratulations to the Champlin Park Rebels as they pull out a thriller here, 8-7 over Edina. That'll do it for our crew from CCX Field. I'm Jay Wilcox. So long, and thanks for watching high school baseball on CCX.